Well, hello friends, Mark Holmes here, and as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Jobu Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally does not work. Just curious what you guys are doing this Sunday without football. You guys know me, and I hope the signal's good, because I'm actually in the backyard. Time waits for no man or woman, so to speak. And one thing I've learned in life is hard work pays off. And the things that you love in life never come easy. And sometimes out of some shit comes beauty. Watching the NFL Network. I was watching earlier when I was in my shop, and I've got to get back to my shop too. So, here's the deal. You guys have seen me out on the deck, hearing the sounds of my fish pond. How's the signal? Is it fuzzy? How about them boys? Yeah. Is the signal bad? Because I don't know how it's out here on the Wi-Fi. I am knee deep, actually neck deep, in my fish pond. Had a meltdown over the winter. And it basically drained out. I had a pipe that busted in the pump, pumped out all the water, and the fish died. So I'm taking this time to go ahead and drain the whole thing and clean it out. Take a look. This thing's actually pretty deep. So we're inside of the fish pond, and there's a bottom drain here. I've got to, oh, it's reconnecting. So if I can get out these last, say, 10 or 15 buckets, I can get the rest of the debris out of here. And then I've got a real good clean start. And this goes back to what I'm saying, that beautiful things sometimes come from shit. And this is going to be one of those ones where my wife is going to go, "Ah, you smell bad. Throw those clothes away." Whew. Some of my rocks from the bottom. Just curious how you guys are feeling about our team right now. Are you happy with the moves that we've made? Do you think we should be done and just wait for the draft and say we're good? Or you think the Cowboys should still keep trying to make moves? Tampa Bay wants to trade Gerald McCoy, but I think that that's going to be one of those situations that that contract is not going to be prohibitive to trade him. And that if you wait him out, I think that you can get a on the free agent market. He's $13 million. Now, it could be a situation like Tampa Bay is thinking, like Miami did, that they can get the Cowboys or somebody like the Cowboys, give us some cap relief and save some money and get a pick. We're ahead of the curve. And you may be looking at the new way business is being done now in the NFL. There's the bottom drain. I'm close. Whew. Mike was out here helping me. I don't know what happened to him. Damn, Mike. Damn it, Mike. Whew. I'm getting too... Safety as well. I tell you what, I think safety is going to be where we're looking at the draft for our first pick. That's just my take on it. I may be 100% wrong, but I think they're going to look at safety, because right now you've got a good defensive line, you've got outstanding linebackers, you've got capable cornerbacks, you have role-playing safeties, but what we need is a ball hawking safety, a guy who is going to get the ball. Whew. Look at how dirty that water is. But then again, this is Mother Nature doing what Mother Nature does. And that is breaking down stuff and reusing it. This is about some of the richest nutrient-filled water you'll ever see. This should be a dirty job. Boy, almost there. Yay! A lot of times people ask me why I do so many videos. I gotta be honest, talking to you guys while I'm working makes it feel less like work. It makes the time go by faster. I've been trying to get all this water out of here for about the last hour. And it honestly feels like for the last 10 minutes that I've been in here with you guys, like it's gone a lot faster. A nose tackle, you know what? I would love for the Cowboys to get a beast in the middle. That's one of those things that I'm always screaming about. A Leon Lett type, a Washington type, a Dave Butts. But the Cowboys don't put much stock in that guy. They don't put much stock in that guy at all. Whew. Linebacker. Linebacker? No, we're good in linebacker. I mean, unless you happen to have another generational linebacker that you just say, you can't pass that guy. I don't say linebacker. Take this cover, I'll be right back with you guys. Can't believe I got all this out. In past years, what I've had to do, this is the cover for the bottom drain. What I've had to do in past years, because I've had the fish in here, I've actually had to dive and swim with the fishies to get it cleaned out. Yeah, I have to drain it. Well, I don't have to drain it, but I'm trying to drain it, clean out the bottom drain, and just trying to clean it up before I fill it back up with water. It'll make it that much easier for getting it started again. I had a meltdown and lost all my fishies, so this is a good time to do it. So that's where we are. Boy, am I smelling ripe about now. Whew. I had to go in and say, "Kiss me, honey." Whew. So what's everybody else doing today on this Sunday without football? What I want to do is by the time football season gets here, I want to have my outdoor oasis here primo. I'm going to redo my outdoor kitchen and make it better than it was, and really turn this into the sports club. So that Sundays, when we broadcast live streams and we have some of you guys over here, that we have the ultimate cowboy experience here. Did I just say Cowboys experience? Damn, must be on my mind. Shout out to Barry and Cowboys experience. Okay, I think that's good enough. Look at this. Dirty jobs. That's the thing about me, is I love getting dirty. Well, here, let me show you guys real quick what I'm doing. So, this is the bottom drain. There's a pipe that goes all the way up here to a pump outside. I wish I knew where Michael was. He's supposed to be out here raking up those leaves and taking the buckets from it. I think he had an emergency call or something. I don't know. Hey, Frog. What up? Okay. Check this out. This is one of those funny ones. I'm sitting here putting the screws back on the top, and look what we have that just came out of the water here. Hello, Mr. Frog. This is home to quite a few. I've got to come through here, turtles. Should probably sound like a Sunday dad, relax. Yeah, well, I don't know about relaxing. That's something I have a hard time doing. I'm always busy because it seems like there's always so much to do and not enough time to do it in. So, it's only one way to get it done. You're not a rich man. And that is to do it yourself. But like I was saying, sometimes if you want something beautiful, you got to go ahead and you got to deal with some shit to get it to be beautiful. And once it is put together and looking good, you feel that much better about what you've accomplished. And that's what I try and do every day. I'm going to tell you guys a little secret here. I've been living in this house for going on 16 years. And when we moved here, I had a fish pond in my old house. And I had to hurry up and move the fish here because the people that bought my old house wanted to have my koi for dinner. That wasn't gonna happen. But when I got here, there was a tree that was dead right about here. And I had to hurry up and get the pond dug. So me and my daughter dug this out. You know, my daughter that I went out and saw in California, AKA Doll, or AK Doll, she helped me dig this out. Yeah. And look at her now. Whew. All right. So up here, the way this system works, it's actually pretty cool. It lets Mother Nature do what Mother Nature intended. There's no filtration system man-made on this. And what happens is the water goes through the bottom right here, through the pump, and the pump pumps it up here to a smaller pond. That smaller pond has water lilies and hostas and things like that that are in there. And then, of course, there's the rocks. So what happens is the plants eat up all the nitrates and help to filter the water and keep it clean. If there's ever a problem and there's no water, I can always come out here and get some water. Just boil it. I'm good to go. No, I'm not in Maryland. I'm in VA. You should have dug it. We did dig it. We dug this by hand. Where I'm standing, the water comes to about here. We dug this by hand. So it's like 3 feet around until you get to the center section. Look. Trying to hold on to my phone that's wet. Okay, it's 3 feet around there. And then this is the collection area, which helps to get the leaves to go in the leaf basket. You already missed? Yeah, you know, that was a surprise. I mean, to go from, and I thought they were doing pretty good rating-wise for being a new league. Lord knows Michael Anthony loved it. But it all goes down to dollars and cents, and it takes a whole lot of money to run a league. Oh, you should have said Michael Anthony should have dug it instead of my daughter. Yeah, I don't know what happened. Why Michael wasn't out here. I think Kayla just wanted it. You know, it's one of those things that I do a lot of the stuff. I just do it because I want to do it. But Kayla just wanted to be part of it. Micah was like, nah, I'm good. I'm good. Let's force any of them to have to help me to do this stuff. It's their own choice. But what I love doing, and why it's important to me, is you guys know how I like to sit out in my fire pit at night. You hear the frogs ribbiting, and there's, you can't tell, but on the other side of the trail over there where you see people riding bikes, there's actually a highway. The trees help to muffle the sound as well as the fish pond, so you don't hear the cars going down. But for me to come outside, hear the water at night, and have a fire going, a fire pit, it's cool for me. And come the fall, we'll get another TV put outside, a little bit bigger one. I'm thinking about a 75 inch, but don't tell my wife. Outside here, so when the season gets here, we're gonna be in a cave and watching games even outside. And I'd like to have about 10 or 15 people come over and be part of the show, live streaming during the games. All right, that's it. Now for about the next 12 hours, we'll let the hose do the work of filling this sucker up. And I can fire the pumps up again. Whew. I sure would like to know what happened to Michael Anthony. Oh, right on cue. So, I don't know if you can see it now. I've actually had the hose on the upper pond up here and letting that fill. And it's beginning to come right now down here. Let me move over there and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Hopefully I don't fall and bust my ass or my knee, because it is slippery here. Hang on. Ah, there we go. So here, see the upper falls. I got to redo the rocks and everything else, get the leaves out of there. But as it fills up, this is the waterfalls that we have. We got a light up underneath of there. Hopefully that one still works. Thought Michael was getting the leaves out of here for me, but he kind of disappeared on me. See, look at this. My ferns are coming back. My little lilies are popping. My hostas. I love it. All this stuff comes back on its own. All you got to do is reveal it. So I'm standing here in the waterfall. Let's rinse off a little bit here. So, get this thing filled back up, and a week or two I'll start putting some fish back in here. But look, damn, pretty big, isn't it? So what do you guys? Oh my, thank you. I don't know why, but my zipper has a tendency to go down quite a bit. Hope I didn't have any holy drawers on. So what are you guys doing on this footballless Sunday? How many gallons? I've estimated about 9,000 gallons when it's filled up. Well, actually, and here's the thing, I had to rebuild the steps. You know, my house, when we bought it, was basically falling apart. And that's part of the reason why we got it as cheap as we did, because we went through and I renovated pretty much all of it. But I had to go through and rebuild the steps and the railings on this side last year. And of course I built the cabinet up there for the TV and the fire pit on the deck and things. But when the TV's in there and on, you can actually sit out here on this bench made out of redwood and see the TV from here and listen to the sound, hear that, of the waterfall. So I'm gonna get this all cleaned up and in shape. Is the house paid for now? Yeah, I wish. Well, actually, I got to go back in. I got to do some more. Hey, what's happening, Cowboys Crunk? Kind of quiet. I wish the house were paid for. But no. Me and the bank own it. And my wife, of course. So, there's that. But, hey, at least I got a place to put my head on. Okay. I hate to say it, but I smell like some shit right now. Did I build the deck? I have rebuilt the deck a couple of times. Now here's what's interesting. Okay, what my wife wants me to do, and I can do it, is she wants a sunroom on top of the deck, which I have no problem with. I just got to get time and money to do it. But she wants to make it her office. But if I do that, the second part of this would be, I would actually make a room underneath the deck and eventually make that my studio. The way the locker room has grown and everything that I'm doing in YouTube and stuff, that it might be time, but maybe next year. The way every year I've added something to my studio. This year you saw I've added another locker. Well, there's no more space to put another locker in there. So what I might do, depending on how the year goes, is if I do make that room up underneath of here, basically it's an extension of the man cave, and it is then just the studio. So then I could turn around and where my studio stuff is there, put maybe a game table in or something like that. Live with Holmes Crunk. Yeah, hey, well, Crunk, if you want to do something live, let me know, because you can Skype in at any time. Just let me take a shower before I sit down on anything in the house. Whew. For me, there's just not enough hours in the day. Go watch wrestling, man. Oh, man, I ain't into wrestling. Koi go in here. It's, oh my God. I used to have show koi. And if I told you the price on some of those kois that I used to have, it would have blown you away. But I had one that was absolutely beautiful. I called her Gretna. Greta. She was about 30 inches long, butterfly, and God, she was beautiful. And I had another one called Bubba, and Bubba would follow me around the pond, and he would splash at me. And I could have Bubba. I had him. He was a trained fish. Bubba would come up and kiss me on the cheek, no joke, and then I'd feed him. And I don't want to hear any of those sick jokes from you guys. I know how you guys are. If I had more energy, I'd get my ass up. One thing you won't be during the season is watching football. When I see bad calls a high school ref would make, I doubt the entire, well, it is what it is, and it's all we got. So, you know. See you, bro. Going to Anthony's channel. Michael Anthony? Is he on? My son's on now? So y'all are leaving me for my son? Damn. Just leave the old guy. All right, well, have fun with Anthony. Do we need to draft a tight end? Yes. But I think a tight end you can get in the later rounds. I think the Cowboys are going to look at safety first and foremost, I think is the spot that they're going to look at. Because when you look at the defense, you got playmakers all the way around except for safety. You know, Jalen Smith, and of course, Vander Esch are playmakers. The trade the great. Vosh versus Mark. You look at the defensive line, you're going to have Robert Quinn and D-Law. What new foods are coming this season? I don't know that we need new ones. I'm good with the chicken wings and pulled pork. O-line and D-tackle I'd like to see picked first. A D-tackle I would be happier with, and safety I think I'd be happier with. I'm okay with offensive line a little bit later. Daggone, Cowboys, True Blue, you're surrounded by Raiders and 49ers fans? Damn. I think Connor Williams would be a better tackle than guard. But I think he'll definitely have a better year. Oh, the draft show. Yeah, actually I got to talk to my boys and get together on that because time's running short. Maybe we'll do, maybe next Sunday or something. And we could probably get Cowboys Crunk to chime in too via Skype. The draft. Here's the thing. We were gonna go to the draft, but I had to help my daughter out getting moved and things, so I'm a little short on cash. And without us having a number one pick, just not gonna be able to do that trip this year. Not all my guys could go with me, so it was just gonna be too much money. So what we're gonna probably do is go to Lucky's and do like a draft show from there with the guys. And we'll still have fun. I think I'd rather go ahead and do bigger stuff during training camp and during the season. So, you know, I ain't a rich man, so you got to go ahead and pick your battles of which ones you want to go on. Alrighty. So did somebody, okay, so let me, is Michael Anthony live streaming right now? How much money I need? Oh shit, I need a whole lot of money. No, I'm not looking for somebody else to pay for it. As my dad always said, God bless the child that's got his own. You know what I mean? So I appreciate it, but you don't know. You'll be out in Oxnard? Well, I'm hoping. Last year we were only in Oxnard for 2 days. So, oh, there he is. Were you live streaming? Oh. Oh, okay. All right, well, we got this filling up now. Everybody, we got Michael Anthony back in the house. Oh, okay. No, I don't know what Anthony they were talking about, so it must be another Anthony on live stream. But basically, I got about... Damn, your arms are getting big. Damn. That's one thing I could never get. I could never get my arms big. No, Q, I didn't build this house. I've rebuilt it. I need to redo the siding on it. I need to redo the fascia boards on it. This house has been constantly worked on. I built all my kitchen cabinets. I built all the cabinet work that's in the basement. In fact, we gutted out the basement. the bathroom that's down in the basement, which we need to do some work on too. There was no bathroom in the basement when we bought the house. Smoking weed. Who's smoking weed? Michael Anthony taking a crap. Somebody said Michael Anthony must have been in the house taking a crap. He was taking care of some business. And no, he wasn't smoking weed.
I never tried.
Yeah, he doesn't smoke weed. Can you do me a favor? There's another rake up on the hill, on the side of the house. Can you grab that one too?
That's the one that you asked for.
No, that's the good one was buried up underneath you there. You had the old crappy one. Yeah, it works. That's why I said go get that one for me. What's up, Mr. Truckee? How you doing, man? But I can't wait for the grass to get growing out here, get this all cleaned up, get mulch and everything. Whew. Leaves on the trees, so that way it doesn't look like we're out in the middle of, a forest fire or something or other. Whew. Get some plants growing and some vegetables on the deck again. Get some company over, smoke a few cigars, drink some good rum, listen to the waterfall. Michael Anthony running, never seen that before. Yeah, Richard Normus, that is his alias. Actually, I've got to get working on getting everybody's stuff set out there. Martin, no, I don't have money, but I tell you what, I do have a lot of hard work. I'm one of those guys that instead of paying somebody else to do shit, I do it my damn self, honestly, and that's the way you make money. I've got a few rental houses, which were houses that nobody else wanted. They looked at it and said, man, this is some crap. And I bought them for next to nothing. And me and this guy right here, along with Ramon, went through and gutted them out, rebuilt them, and turned them into something. And that's the way you make money, is by hard work and figuring out how to do it for less than the other guy. Old mumbling fool. Okay, fool. Okay, well, you know what, Chichon? Here you go. Let me make it for you. You don't have to be here. You know, I think I'm just an old mumbling bum. Some people like me mumbling, okay? If you don't, well, okay. Go elsewhere. I ain't got no problem with that. That is true. I do have a good son that's hanging on his phone. All right, let me get my butt up. Let's see if my knees still work. Hang on, guys. Whoa. Check this out. Glad I wore a boot. Yeah, it did. Right there, I can see it. So, I got pond foot now. Get all these leaves up and out of here. Great. I love the springtime. It's like a rebirth of everything. I can just keep reborn. Get my shoe over here. What's nice about this pond is most of the plants and stuff all come back automatic at the springtime. All the hostas and the lilies and all that stuff. Hello, Roscoe, what are you eating? Roscoe, what are you eating? Why are you eating grass? You got a stomachache? How do you get your girlfriend to like the Cowboys? If she don't like the Cowboys, maybe you need a new girlfriend. How about that? She ain't down with the boys. I don't know. Can't pay everyone. Actually, the Cowboys are doing pretty good. Here's the thing. After redoing DeMarcus Lawrence deal, we got $20 million in the bank. You go ahead and get Amari Cooper's, and I guarantee you we'll get about another 5 or 6 in there. That gets us up to 25. Take her to a few games. Oh, Dickie, you made some. Oh, well, hey, I'm glad they liked them, man. Yes, we can pay Zeke, but the question is, do you pay Zeke? You can actually franchise tag him, and you got the 5th-year option on him too. Cruise low. You don't think you've missed any videos? Be careful of that, man. That stuff will cause you brain problems. Whew. Let me, our stadium gets them hooked. Okay, let me move this camera here. I should have brought out my tripod. Let me put it right here so you can see all the work Michael's doing. What? I think this breaks the crack in it. I gotta get back to the shop and finish the shelf. Got a couple of shelves. I want to put all these leaves on the top of the shelf. Yep. There we go. I knew it was gonna break. There we go. I don't know my own strength.
Too bad they're wet.
What?
Because we can use the lawnmower and chop them up and leave them in the tank.
Yeah. It's all good.
They're wet. So I'll be up front. Grass is better up front because here's grass in the birds.
So with them being wet though, they'll break down quicker too. And they'll get the nutrients. So it's all good.
Put the other one.
Right where you left it over there on the bed? Where did I put it? Phew. Where is it? That's trash. Take a while for that to fill up. Hard times are coming to your town, so stay alert. Don't let them. You really don't like Garrett anymore. He's not encouraging, just a clapper. Yeah, the rake broke.
Part of that's not his
I'd
fault.
take McCoy over Sue.
Part of that's not his fault, though.
Well,
He's hamstrung by the Jones years.
I don't know about all of that.
I think he is hamstrung by that.
I still don't think that he is the guy.
I'm not saying it. But I think he's hamstrung on the way they can conduct themselves because of Jones.
Nah, but okay. The Joneses aren't hamstringing him on clock management, play calling.
Well, he wasn't the one. He's not the one play calling to begin with. That's Scott Linehan's fault. He's the one calling the plays.
And sometimes it's player execution, which I hate to agree with Fox.
So Scott Linehan wasn't one calling the plays.
Yeah.
We'll see this year. Kellen Moore's the one calling the plays this year. We'll see what happens.
Nelly. I'm getting too old for this shit. You know that, guys? I'm getting way too old. Turning into wrestling mania. Man, screw wrestling mania. That action zoom. What? You making you tired just watching? Sorry, man. You want to get things done, you got to get out there and do the work. There ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I don't know what Michael Anthony's doing, but don't seem to be raking up too many damn leaves. I don't even see him out here. This is like Huck Finn in reverse. Oh, dripping candy? No. Never will retire Jobu. Never. Too many good things have happened because of Jobu. There's no way in the world I could ever get rid of Jobu. Do I need some help? I thought I had some with Michael Anthony, but I don't know where he went. I really don't know where he went. Tell you what, I could use a drink. Here he comes to save the day. Michael Anthony's back. He's on his way.
I'll be at home.
I even gave him the good rake. Figuring he'd use it.
You can use it.
But I'd rather you use it.
I'll be at
Oh, thank you very much, man. I'm glad this is entertaining for you. I've got to, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this part down here for Michael Anthony to take care of. And then I'm going to work on cleaning this area, pulling all the dead plants and stuff out, and cleaning up the patio here. I'm going to take all these old leaves, I'm going to put them on the compost bin. Maybe we should just, do we have any bags down here? Wait, maybe there's one. Let me see what we got down here. Well, I got this kind. This will work. Thank you very much for the super chat. You allowed to burn? No, not allowed. No. We're in the suburbs. This is my spot here, okay? This is actually my outdoor seating area that we built last. We're going to have everybody hanging out and doing live streams and stuff together, but we just couldn't get together as much as I would have liked to have. You have about, it's not you, Stephanie, it was actually me. I think because of me moving around in the yard here, it's bad signal, so I actually turned off the Wi-Fi. Okay, so hopefully that stops the freezing. Yep, okay, is it still freezing up on you? Let me know if that's cleared it up. If it hasn't, I'll go ahead and just end the stream. It was the Eagles fans. Mark, the signal's bad. Okay, give it a second. It's good. It should clear up because I just switched the Wi-Fi on it. We got a couple of different Wi-Fi zones. It's back now? Okay. Got a couple of different Wi-Fi zones that are in here. So it leaves one and then gets stuck on that one. But what I hope to happen this year, there's a couple of things I want to do. They have like the corrugated roofing pans. E2 Blue's got a great one at his, and it's basically a roof. So I'm going to use this corrugated pans so that way it'll actually keep it dry up underneath here, and then run a gutter all the way across. So that way, even if it's raining, we could still be here and watch the TV. This cabinet over here is actually the TV cabinet, and the cabinet underneath of it actually has all the cushions in it for the seating area that I'm sitting at here. But most of the times, I'm okay with not having a cushion on here. This is actually pretty comfortable just sitting here just like this. Especially with on those cool nights, get the fire pit going, bam. Or where you sit out here and play some cards and just kind of relax. So I'm hoping that we use this area more. Oh, the grill is up here on the upper level, which is on the same level as the kitchen. I'm going to go through and rebuild my outdoor kitchen because I'm going to do more barbecuing. Believe it or not, Stephanie, there used to be a hot tub right here, but it wore out and it was just more of a pain in the ass and nobody ever got into it. So I used the fire pit a lot more than we ever used the hot tub. So yeah, there's that. Keg setup. I didn't build the deck. I've actually repaired it and rebuilt it a couple of times. Redoing the boards. All the floor joists are original in here, the 2x10s. And that's a lot better of the 2x10s that grew back then than the ones you'll buy now. It's amazing because all the lumber now is fast growth. It's not as strong as the old growth stuff. That I am, a jack of all trade and a master of none, as they say. I need to find a broom or get the blower. I've got all these flower pots out here that have dead flowers in them, so I need to pull all that stuff out, clean out all the baskets and things, and start getting it cleaned up. Let me put it back here, Stephanie. Let's see if it's still funky. It may be because I was moving it around and it just doesn't like being moved. When am I quitting my day job? I can't quit my day job. I got to pay bills.
At least wait until I get my first house.
Michael says wait till he gets his first house. I don't know how him getting his first house is going to help me. Yeah, but you getting a house doesn't help me pay my bills. You know how that works. I mean, yeah, I could quit my day job, but I'd be homeless.
I said don't until I get my first house.
But again, okay, you get your first house and I quit my day job, I'm going to be homeless. Oh, so you're saying I can come live with you?
I didn't say that.
Oh, look at that. I didn't say that.
Yeah, you might talk to the missus if I have one by then.
Oh, Lord. That was an April Fool's joke. But if Jerry wants to recruit me, have your people call my people. Oh, I don't have any people. But Jerry, if you do, I got no problem with that. I'd be happy to work for the Cowboys. Yeah. Father and son relationship, it's all right. It's all right. Man, not a bad looking cabinet there with the cement top. You got to, well, that's okay, man. I've been working on the yard here with Michael Anthony Fitness and just enjoying the weather. I got people, and we're all watching you. Yeah, I'm amazed that people are watching me clean up the yard. But like I said, you guys, it helps me to pass the time. Oh, I can't wait till everything is out and grown again. Is there anything in the fridge? Okay. There's not any nuts in there. It's looking better already, guys. I can't remember what I planted in here. Look at this. Whatever it is, I need to find more because it's coming back. Another plant I don't have to buy. I like that. I can't remember what I planted in there, but they're actually coming back. So that's a good thing. A house is hard work. Oh, okay, I tell you what. The wings are really actually pretty simple. Some people will say they don't like the way I do them. But if you take breadcrumbs and take flour, 50-50, I like to put some cayenne pepper, some black pepper, some garlic salt in there, and a little bit of Cajun seasoning. And I'll just take the wings, bread them in that, and I will deep fry them at about 350 until they're golden brown. Then you take, God, if I remember the name of the brand. But basically you're taking hot sauce and you're doing, yeah, the red hot, the red hot sauce. Okay, all right, then I will give you a way you can make it even hotter. Take that red hot and melt butter with it, and you just dip those into it. And that's it on those wings. Now, if you want to have extra hot, get yourself some habanero peppers, chop those suckers up, and go ahead and, when you melt the butter, put them in there as well. You chop a couple of those up, just wear some rubber gloves. That stuff will be burning. I mean, burning, okay? In fact, I might do some of those just for Michael Anthony because he says my stuff's not hot enough.
Your wings are good.
No matter what I do, it's just never...
Your wings are good.
It's amazing how no matter what I do, people always have to criticize.
Your wings are good.
What's the biggest reason that we haven't had success? I'm going to say learning how to deal with free agency has been a big part of it, because understanding that you only have so much money. See, here's the thing. The Cowboys back in the 90s, let's be honest here. If it wasn't for the Herschel Walker trade, the Cowboys, I don't know that they would have won 3 Super Bowls like they did. And on the flip side of that, had they kept Jimmy Johnson, they might have won 5, but be that as it may. The Cowboys were okay with paying and keeping great players on the roster and stuff, but once free agency took, you had to look at things differently. And the Cowboys are just now beginning to understand that, because during the 2000s, we just went crazy in paying players from, Miles Austin and Marion Barber and things like that, and not being able to get what is, to me, the core of the team, which is the line. We were getting TOs and guys like that on the team, which is great. But if you don't have enough time for the quarterback to throw to those guys, it doesn't matter. So that's where the Cowboys really started beginning to be successful once they realized we need an offensive line. We can't just go ahead and get journeyman offensive linemen and throw them out there and think they're going to be okay. And they're beginning to realize that, I think, now on the defense as well, where they realize that we have to have some good defensive linemen. We can't just get regular guys and plug them in. Although I will say that Rod Marnelli has done a hell of a job with the guys that he's had, getting them to kind of take it to another level. That being said, you give him a Robert Quinn to work with and some of these other guys with a better pedigree, you're going to be able to see some stuff. And I think that has been the problem with the team. We've had great offenses since the last Super Bowl, but we haven't had a great defense to go with a great offense. There's no guarantee that we'll win the Super Bowl this year, but you can look at our defense knowing it finished 8th last year and know that it's going to be a top 10 defense again this year, and should get even better with Van Der Esch and Jalen Smith having another year behind them, and adding a Robert Quinn and a George Iloka, that the defense should actually get better. And hopefully we can get a playmaking safety. The offense should be night and day better than where it was last year, for the simple fact of being able to start off the season in better shape than we did last year. So, in a nutshell, it's evolution, and the Cowboys are finally beginning to catch up and learn how to do what they need to do, hopefully. Would you agree with that, Mike? Well, the Cowboys haven't won since the 90s.
Because of the richest franchise in the world. NFL is look it up online. Entertainment
everybody's thinking
no, but see, the thing is, the Browns are getting a new stadium in 2028. So that's what we're stocking with, because the city of Cleveland has to, they want to put the bill for the new stadium, so that's what's on stocking. And they'll make the playoffs this year. They're not going to win a game. They'll make it, just make the fans feel better when they're flipping that bill.
So who'd like to come over to the man cave and help out? We'll work for wings and beer. How about that? Sound like a winner? We need a backup running back. We need I'm not like saying just a backup. I want a third down back. I want a change of pace back. I want a guy who is going to give me something different than Zeke. That's what I want. I mean, we got Rod Smith that are just sitting down, on the job. I want somebody who can do something different, who can spell Zeke on a regular, trying to preserve him for, down late in the season and stuff. That's what I'm talking about. What you think? Gardner. He wants Gardner. Well, Duke Johnson, again, that's where they're looking at saying, what, we want to trade. I'm going to go blow out these leaf beds over here while Michael is chilling. So once I blow them out, he's going to move all the leaves, right, Mike? Well, hello everybody. You guys are still here while I was working over there? Whew. I gotta go back to the shop. Whew, Nelly. I finished getting this countertop. So let me take these shoes and socks off and head on up there, get that squared away. Then I'm gonna go take me a shower. Well, tell you what, let's see, what do we have out here? You know what, I'm gonna take a little break, since you guys say I don't ever take a break. I'm gonna cheat and have a Mike's Lemonade here. Sit down for a minute and stop and smell the roses, even though the roses aren't out. What's up, Cowboys Nation? Well, if you want to get stuff done, you can't just lay around and think it's just going to get done. Not unless you're a rich person, and I ain't a rich person, so the only way it's going to get done is for me to do it. Right, Mike? Mike looks like he's deep in thought over there. Whew. And I got to make up for the time that I was off in California, helping my daughter, and the little trip to, to Deep Creek. 17 days until the draft, guys. Oh boy, that's the best one I've heard. Dripping Candy. Dripping Candy says I'm a millionaire. Yeah, I'm a millionaire. That's why I'm sitting here cleaning up leaves and shit at the bottom of my fish pond. Right. Yeah, that's why I'm out here breaking up leaves and everything. That's why my pickup truck is a 2005. Like 270,000 miles on it. Oh, well, Richard Normus, do you expect them to actually... Here's the thing. I'm actually happy that they don't pick the Dallas Cowboys. Because here's the thing. Whenever we're expected to do something is when we usually fail. I'm okay being the underdog. Let them go ahead and pick the Eagles. It makes it that much sweeter when you beat them. Because last year, didn't they say they were going to be going back to the Super Bowl? That we had no chance of beating them? And I believe we were 2-0 last year against them. Wentz, you know what? That's where I got one of those. I got a troll on my Vimeo account. And, well, he's been blocked on here several times and stuff. Whenever I see something about Dak Prescott, his thing is I'd rather have Super Bowl winning Carson Wentz for my quarterback. It's like, dumbass.
You know what's his name?
He's never played in the playoff game.
But AAF star Perez played for the Iron. If he just went to Philadelphia right now,
okay,
he might be starting if he makes a good training camp.
Is he the quarterback?
He is the quarterback. I think they're picking up for the
So, this troll says he'd rather have Super Bowl winning Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz ain't played a playoff game. I'm not saying he's not a good quarterback when he's playing, but are you sure he's going to make it through the season? And FYI, Dak has better numbers than Goff or Wentz. Dak has more comeback victories than Goff and Wentz. Dak has more total TDs than Goff or Wentz. So, I'm okay. Because, you know what? What I was talking about, here's the thing. Understand, there's very little difference between winning and losing in the NFL. And the talent is not that much different. You have to get an edge, okay? And you have to be able to motivate people just to get that last little 5%. You got to have a guy who is hungry. And this is why I like the DeMarcus Lawrence deal. If for no other reason is, he's going to get paid guaranteed money for 3 years. We got that. But if he wants to continue to get paid, he's still going to have to perform in order to get those other years. sometimes guys get these massive contracts, and I'm going to put Aaron Rodgers in there right now. Aaron Rodgers, it doesn't matter what he does, he's going to get paid, and they can't do anything about it. He can go through and have a hissy fit and throw the coach underneath the bus. So I like having guys that are incentivized to perform because they're looking to get paid. They're still hungry. Think about Jason Hatcher when he was here. Jason Hatcher averaged 3 or 4 sacks a year until his contract year, and then all of a sudden he spiked to 11. He got the big payday to play with the Redskins, and he went right back down to his average. It's hilarious. Oh my God, you mean the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers uniforms? They better hope they got some Power Rangers power, because they still stink. And that's like Tampa Bay's. Tampa Bay's uniforms are hideous too. I mean, seriously. Well, and Rodgers, now here's the thing. Rodgers is 9-7 in playoffs. But if you take off his first Super Bowl, you take off, he's only 5-6 since then in playoffs. Now, granted, he's gotten 2 against us, but he has not been the be-all, end-all. And that's the thing I find amazing, because people will say that Dak Prescott is a game manager. You know, he's not going to elevate the team and put them on his back and take them to the playoffs. Did Aaron Rodgers do that last year? Did Matty Ice do that last year? Did Big Ben do that last year? So all these quarterbacks that they say they put people on their back and will them into the playoffs or make them better, didn't all those guys sit home? Am I wrong in that, Mike? That all these quarterbacks that say that they can put a team on their back and will them to win, they didn't win. Matty who exactly? Aaron Rodgers, the best draft moment ever. Yeah. Okay, let me finish this mics off and go work with some power tools. Is that a good idea? Maddie and our prayers. Man, that was a long time ago. But I think, I'll be honest with you, I think Aaron Rodgers' best days are behind. Oh, Bleeding Blue said the same thing I was saying right there. Wife has cancer. Whose wife? You're talking about Matthew Stafford. Wife has a brain tumor. Waiting for the comments to come back. Comments. Yes, yeah. Hopefully they get the tumor removed and stuff. Cancer is a mother. Cancer is no joke. And what's crazy, I honestly look, the worst Cowboys pick ever. God, what's his name? Bobby Carpenter, maybe. Linebacker. Oh man, Bobby Carpenter was pretty bad. Oh yeah, here's the thing. Some people question my Cowboys loyalty. I got a Cowboys one in the back, and I got one in the front too. I even got a Cowboys doormat over there. You can't say that I'm not supporting my Cowboys. Jarrah, you know, just make a return on the investment that I'm putting in. Give me a call. But Bobby Carpenter, I will say, is probably one of the worst ones that we've had. He just never, ever did anything. Oh, believe me, I get lots of people that question my loyalty. It's mainly because when you look around my man cave, there's some stuff from other teams. I have like a collection of NFC East shot glasses and tumblers, because I have friends that are fans of other teams. So when they come to the house, hey, they got their own glass to drink in and stuff. Oh my God, you got something from the Eagles in your house? You're not a true Cowboys fan. I don't know how much more I have to do to be a Cowboys fan. I literally talk about the Dallas Cowboys from the moment I wake up all during the day and even till I go to bed at night. So, well, that was, that's where history, Zachary Nations, where you kind of look back and you say, could this be? We've been there. Well, thank you very much, JB23HI or HL. I appreciate that. It's actually just nice just sitting here. Can't wait till the pond gets filled back up so I can hear the waterfall again. Taco has no beef. Yeah, let's just dial it back on Taco just a little bit, because sometimes it takes guys, especially edge rushers, to.
Taco was a bust.
He's not a bust yet.
Did you see him at the autograph signing?
Well, that's because nobody gives him any respect.
That's right, because he's a bust.
But you know what? That should be where he should take that personal. He should take that inside and say, you know what? I'm gonna prove all these people wrong.
Cut him next year, I'm gonna be laughing.
Taco would be a taco salad. Oh man.
If he gets hurt this year and they don't cut him up this year, then I don't know what to say.
Tacos. I had a taco salad for dinner last night, Stephanie. I made some meat chili, and I made some Parmesan cheese chips to go with it, some guacamole, some homemade salsa. Yeah, it would be nice for Taco to show something.
Yeah, that man's always hurt.
I had tuna salad last night in the bedroom. Yeah, well, again, let's just give him a chance. I'm not ready to give up on him just yet. Hopefully he starts taking this stuff personally. Oh, we got a dove out here at the pond, getting some water. Had a few snakes out here too. And a few herring trying to eat the fish. Has Mike considered changing teams? Mike, have you ever considered changing teams? He said no. Huh? Okay. He said no. All right, Mark.
I talk about the Browns.
Oh, you could be a Browns fan?
I said this guy talked about it.
Okay.
I believe it on their Super Bowl before 2028.
Oh my God. I look at David Irving and I think, what a waste. I mean, David Irving, geez, oh flip. You know, and listening to him, you know what? I've made mistakes in my life, and I accept the fact that I've made mistakes. And I look back and I say, you know what? I screwed up. And I thought that's what he was doing before when he was saying, you know, I like to smoke weed and I accept the consequences from it. But now it's kind of like he stepped back and it's like everybody's at fault but himself. You know, whether or not you had a bad dynamic with Jason Garrett, I don't know. But I think to say that Jason Garrett didn't like dealing with you because you're a man of color, you can look around, and I got to be honest, if that were the case, I'd say probably 60, 70% of the Dallas Cowboys are black. Am I not wrong? Am I wrong on that? They picked Dak Prescott over Tony Romo. Am I wrong? But to say, you know, Jason Garrett's jealous because I can just wake up and roll out of bed and I can be a great player. To me, that arrogance alone makes me realize you don't give a F. You know what? Here's the thing you got to realize in life. This is one of those life moments, and I know I'm the old guy that's always trying to throw some stuff out at you. But understand, you can never be satisfied with what you've got. There have been a lot of big companies that have been out there. And I'm thinking about one right now that's saying it all the time. And this is what bothers me about Jason Garrett too, is that's not the way we do things around here. Or people will be satisfied because, well, you know what? I'm doing well right now. I'm good. Why change anything? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And a lot of those companies are now out of business because they failed to evolve. I'm not the top dog in YouTube. I know that. I got a long way to go, but I'm doing pretty good. From where I was 3-4 years ago, I'm doing pretty good with YouTube. But you know what? I'm not satisfied with saying, I just keep it just like it is. Because once you lose that hunger, you lose your edge. And everybody else is going to look at you and say, you know what? I know what he's doing. I can do that. Tweak it just a little bit, and I'll be better than him. I'll take what he's got. So it's those guys that aren't hungry. Those guys that say, you know what? I can just roll out of bed, and I'm going to be a better player than Jason Garrett ever was. That tells me you don't have any hunger. You're going to get hungry. Believe me, David Irvin's going to get hungry in the very near future and realize I screwed the hell up. And all these people that are patting him on the back, yeah, Gregory, yeah, you know, I mean, sorry, not Randy Gregory, David Irvin, you know, yeah, man, you be you, man, go smoke that weed, you're good. Those aren't the ones that are going to be there when you're dead broke out on the streets. Those people are going to be gone. Those people that are cheering you on, you smoke a lot of weed and not a good idea to have any potheads on the team. I've never been one to really like weed a whole bunch. Do I play ball? I used to. A long, long time ago. But I'm 53 years old right now with 2 bad knees, so I don't play football anymore. But yeah, I played at JMU back in the 80s. And loved playing football. And if you really get hooked into football, it's one of those things that you never lose. Your body used to always it would always be around July that my weight would start picking up, even after playing football, because it was like my body was getting ready for that season, that football. And you always believe that you still got a couple plays. Even as bad as my knees are, I know I can make 1 or 2 plays still today. The reality is I can. But in your mind, you think that way. But I can relate football to almost everything in life. We had people will say, man, aren't you tired? Man, why don't you slow down? But I can go back to a practice that we had. Coach Joe Brzicki, he was from Delaware. Coach Joe Brzicki was no joke. He took us in practice and he said, you know, he was just one of those mad days. No matter what we did, it was just wrong. He's yelling and screaming and everything else. And finally, he's like, stop, just stop. And he started having us run gassers. And what gassers were is you start from one sideline, you run to the other sideline, you run back, you run to that sideline again, you come back again. And they would have times for like offensive linemen, defensive linemen, you're supposed to do it in 45 seconds. If you're running backs and wide receivers, you're supposed to do it in like 40 seconds, something like that. So he's got us running gassers, and usually we only run like 4 or 5 of those and stuff. We run like 10 of them. We're tired. It's hot out. And he's still screaming and bitching and cussing everybody out, and he's like, end zone. He starts getting us to run gassers, end zone to end zone. 100 yards there, 100 yards back, 100 yards there, 100 yards back. We do about 4 of those. Guys are, I mean, we're sucking wind like crazy. Coach Brzicki was still pissed the hell off and just saying, you guys are dogging it. You guys are crap. On the line, crab it. Crab it. We had to crab from one end zone to the other. And if you don't know what crabbing is, that's basically you're on your feet and your hands and you are going 100 yards. Keep in mind, we've run about 400-yard gassers. We've run like 10 sideline to sideline gassers. This is at the end of practice. We were literally crawling to make it to that end zone, okay? Guys are throwing up, sucking, passing out. I mean, literally just dying because it's during training camp. It's like 90 degrees outside. And we all finally get over on the other sideline there, dead tired, just can't even get any air. And he said, that was a test to let you know that when you don't think you got anything left to give, it's the 4th quarter and you got to get a drive and you think you've got nothing left, that's to show you that you have more to give. and that you never ever give up. And I've kept that in my head all of my life. And I realize every time I feel tired, I say, you know what? If I can just get a little bit more done today, it's less I got to do tomorrow. And that no matter how tired I am, I can push myself a little more. There's still a little bit more in that tank. And that's the thing about football, that once you really played and once you get into that thing, that it never ever changes in your system. And that's why I can go back to almost anything that happens to me right now, and I can relate it to something that's happened on the football field. Football has a lot of bad things. My knee, I've got no ACL in it. I've got bone on bone. I've got slipped disc in my back, and I've got migraines that I get from playing football, and I never played in the pros. And I can only imagine what it's like for some of those guys that played 10, 15 years in the NFL. But I wouldn't trade any of my body parts that I left out on the field. Wait, Mr. Holmes, please look at my profile pic, please. Your friend William. William Fullen? Okay, your profile pic on here? I can't do that from my cell phone, but I'll have to do it from my desktop. Are we going to rely on Zeke as much? Well, I'm hoping with the person, I'd say last year, beginning of the season, we didn't have much choice but to rely on Zeke a lot. But now that you've got a Jason Witten, now that you've got a Randall Cobb and an Amari Cooper, you look at the team being able to stretch the field a lot more. And that should actually give Zeke Elliott more opportunities. I've talked about 12 personnel, and I'm like literally licking my chops. 12 personnel is having 2 tight end sets. You'll have like Amari Cooper out there. You'll end up having, Michael Gallup or maybe even Randall Cobb. There's all kinds of combinations that you can do in there. But typically for the Cowboys, 12 personnel is a running formation, right? But think about this. Jason Witten can catch the football. Jason Witten can block his ass off. Blake Jarwin, as the season went on, became a better pass catcher. He can block as well. So you can get into that 12 personnel, and this is where you have to start having more trust with Dak Prescott. But he reads the defense, and he takes what they give him. If you're in 12 personnel, if you're a defensive coordinator, you're thinking that the Dallas Cowboys are going to run the football, so you're going to cheat the safety in the box. You're going to have 8 men in the box, right? Because you got 7 offensive linemen, basically. Well, you put the safety in there. If you've got Randall Cobb on one side and you've got Amari Cooper on the other, or Michael Gallup and Randall Cobb, whatever combination you have, go routes. Go down the field. And what you do is you take Dak, who is better rolling outside the pocket, take the dive to the left, roll him out to the right, and either he can run, pick up some yardage, you can have the tight end block for a second, go downfield, boom, a little quick hitter there, or you've got Amari Cooper and Randall Cobb going deep, and one of those guys, or both of them, will have single coverage. If they double cover one of those guys over there, then you run the football, because then it's 7-on-7. And that means Zeke only has to beat one guy. So there's so many different things that you'll be able to do. So look for some of the load on Zeke Elliott to be reduced, but look for the plays that he has to be able to increase, because there's too many people to cover. That's the way I look at it. But we'll have to wait and see how all that works out. Anybody have any idea what time it is? I need to go do this work in the shop, and it's after 4. Where'd the day go? Man, it's after 4, y'all. Yeah, I got to get up to the shop, get this stuff fixed, and then cook some dinner. Time for some beer. Well, no, I've had this one Mike's. So far, we've only gotten the lower part filled of the pond. Got a long ways to go. Yeah, you can put a fullback in there, but basically your fullback, if you put a fullback in there, you're taking out all the tight ends. I'd rather go ahead in 12 personnel, because that other tight end is now also a pass catcher. Something, basically when we had 12 personnel last year, we had Rico, and very rarely, basically teams knew they were going to run the ball. Understand, with football, if you have an element of surprise or a question in the defense, See you, Stephanie. Hope you have a great time or whatever you're gonna do. Have a nice day. Appreciate you being here. Um, Understand you want to be able to keep the defense guessing at what you're going to do. 307 in Texas. Damn. So it's 407 here. Tomorrow night will be the drawing for the Dak Prescott shirt. Yes. Stephanie says bye, Mike. Stephanie says bye, Mike. You're not. Yeah, you're an hour behind me. Yeah, we're ahead of you. All right, guys. With that being said, Stephanie's gone. The party's over. So we're gonna go ahead and head on out of here. I'm gonna go back to the workshop, and I need to charge up the phone because it's dead, and I mean dead. But thanks for watching me work on the backyard and helping me pass the time. Deuces, please. Okay.